Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at Cyber, seeing what's going on. I get a ton of requests last night. I'm sorry I wasn't available yesterday to kind of review this coin here, kind of see what's going on because obviously it dumped pretty hard yesterday and it hit a peak of roughly $16.20. Now keep in mind that's right there, that 2.618 Fibonacci retracement level. Again, 0.618 levels are the most commonly retraced to levels. Oddly enough, the price is currently holding strong right there at 0.618 as well. Okay, so again, looks like $6.57 is a tentative support level, supported there by the 50-day simple moving average. We'll talk about that and much more. So again, if you are new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I love to teach people to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today. Okay, so what we want to look at is a few things. First of all, quick congratulations to our current community members here as well. We took some nice profits there yesterday from ARPA, and of course previously a day previous there with Bell. All right, so good stuff there. Absolutely some nice trades. So, greatly appreciate the feedback, the positive feedback. Very glad it worked out. We missed out on Cyber. Honestly, I was going to try to short it right around 1750, and we hit like 1630, 1620. Okay, so unfortunately, kind of missed out on that boat, but that's the way it goes sometimes with trading, right? You can't hit them all. Congrats again to some people that hit some pretty massive shorts there and or longs from the bottom. But if you've held on this long, I'm sorry. I know that kind of happens, but I get the question right now. How much further down is it going to go if it goes down, and roughly what are we looking at here? Okay, so let's go ahead and draw out some new levels here, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of what's going on. Okay, so we'll extend this support level out here because it's a previous resistance level. The price wicked up there a few times before it broke out, so there's a chance 543 could be the newest bottom if the price pulls back further. Now, I think the likelihood of that's fairly lower just based on this being on a nice little support range there with the moving averages on the 4 hour. But just to quickly note on the daily, we can see here that the RSI is getting closer to 50. Oftentimes that's a strong support level because that really just tells us that with it not being oversold or overbought, it's kind of averaging out to that level, that middle ground, and in a bullish trend, it'll oftentimes stay above that range. Okay, so we don't want to lose that level, and we don't want to come down as low as 550, but if we do, just know 550 should be a support level, albeit moving forward. We can see the simple moving average here on the 4 hour. This is where things get kind of cool and interesting. You can see the price action hesitating to go any lower there, right where the 50-day SMA is at, right about 672. So 672 is the tentative bottom. That does look like somewhat of a double bottom here as well. We'll look at the smaller time frames. But just to note, we are below 50 in the RSI, so the 4 hour time frame is still bearish. We're still diverging on the MACD as well, even though we're starting to ascend a little bit and the oscillator's coming down less aggressively. We are in a situation right now where we're just kind of waiting it out, if you will. Okay, so in other words, you want to wait for the bottom to get in before you jump in. But this could be, we have a tentative bottom in right now on the daily with the moving average and the RSI. But right now at this point, we are looking at a situation where it hasn't officially bottomed out yet, so I wouldn't get too crazy with any long positions just yet. Again, just some friendly advice there. You want to wait for confirmation. That's one thing I teach in my trading academy. And just make sure that you understand specifically it's important to look at the big picture, look at the smaller picture, kind of come to a conclusion, work within your risk tolerance, but make sure you don't jump in too early. It's better to miss an opportunity than it is to get in too early and to have a bad entry. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I'd rather miss tons of opportunities and find a good one and get in when I want to instead of kind of forcing a trade. Never force a trade. All right, so take a quick look here. We could probably see the double bottom here. Pretty obvious there, but it hasn't confirmed itself yet. So until we get to this 773 range, we haven't confirmed a double bottom has happened. So again, while this is a bullish scenario, it hasn't fully formed yet. Okay, so again, a little premature there in that sense, but all in all, the hourly doesn't look super strong. It's just kind of averaging itself out. Let's take a quick look at the volume profile. I haven't looked at this yet. You can see a large volume accumulation right where the price action's at. We are technically below that volume support. Again, most of this volume is based on this original price point here, where the price consolidated pretty heavy at 720 and then took off. That was a previous support and resistance level too that I had noted last time I reviewed this. So generally speaking, it makes sense the price is going to average itself out here at this level. If we do end up coming down, I would say that's more likely than not we're going to see somewhere in the range of about 545 retested. That's a good place in which I'd rather take entry than the current price right now, because it does look like we're making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and parallel lows, which oftentimes when it comes from the original top point, or from the top, it continues lower. This is basically a bearish type of pattern that is effectively forming right now. Again, smaller time frames, less reliable on the patterns. We don't have a lot of larger time frame data here, so we kind of have to use what we're using right now. So all in all, Cyber isn't in a great shape, but once again, it's just one of those situations where If you missed out on the boat, try not to FOMO in, because this is now when things kind of get a little dicey. Best thing to do is wait for confirmation. I would say, closer to $6 or $5.50 would be a much better entry. That may never happen, by the way. Price could go up from here, but it's less likely to do one of these again, based on the simple fact that it's fallen so hard so fast. So you got to recognize that. I try to teach this analogy a lot, and it's kind of a good way to kind of remember, because a lot of folks, they like to buy the dip, and I get that. I buy plenty of dips too, don't get me wrong. But when the price action drops this hard, this fast, imagine yourself, falling down a flight of stairs. You might break some bones. You might be in a wheelchair for a while. You may be disabled for the rest of your life. All right. Now, I'm not poking fun at anybody that's experienced that, but it sucks to hurt yourself badly, right? You fell down a large decline, right? That's what just happened here. This literally fell down a flight of stairs. So, are you going to get back up again? Are you going to just start, stepping up those stairs all quick and easy like? No, you probably have to heal up and get better, right? It's a lot different if you just trip and fall down, the last couple of stairs. You might scuff your knees. You'd be ready to rock and roll again here soon. This coin is not ready to rock and roll. I'd be very, very surprised if it shoots up again. There could be some kind of fundamental catalyst that could cause that, but from a technical standpoint, we should not expect this price to continue any higher. In fact, it'll probably likely go further down before it comes up again. So oftentimes right now, after these pumps and dumps, everyone kind of jumps in there, FOMO's in. Oh, I got a good entry here at the low price point, and it goes even lower. Okay, so please, 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 please recognize there's a stronger chance of further downside than upside at this point, even though we're kind of sort of close to that support range. So again, anything could happen, but it would make a lot more sense to see $5.50/$6 in the immediate foreseeable future than to see somewhere in the 7+ range. All depends on how this double bottom plays out, and ultimately, what happens with the volume. If we do see the volume start to dissipate, which is it's still continuing lower, and we're below that moving average, there's no reason to buy into that. Okay. Again, I know it seems juicy. Maybe this is your long-term hodl coin, whole different story altogether. But if you're looking to buy, buy low, sell high kind of thing, or sell high, buy low, it's really not the circumstance right now for it. Makes a lot more sense. The price is going to go down than up. All right, those are my 2 cents. I hope that made sense and I described that correctly. Again, if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site, link down below. Come on over to our Discord here, join us. We got tons of new members coming over here. It was crazy. I think a lot of folks came over here from my most recent video on cyber. So it's just super cool to be able to see all this happening just in the last couple of days. So really cool. Thanks again for that. And to anyone who's joined me over here on Twitter and or Telegram, I'll link down below. Greatly appreciate your feedback and of course your likes, follows, reposts, etc. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy holidays to you as well if you're in the States. And we'll look forward to seeing you next one. Take care. Thanks again.